Well, welcome back everybody. I know it's been quite a bit of time since I posted a video, but I've been working my ass off. Not to make it sound inappropriate, but I really have been. I've been doing a lot of work for the post office and doing very little work in my business right here with the arcades, but I have something for all of you. A super duper surprise I got just recently, and I'm sure by the thumbnail you already figured this out, but I have just purchased a Frankenstein by Sega. Isn't that thing awesome? You just look at that thing. My goodness. It has its issues, I'm not gonna lie. Frankenstein's monster's head doesn't want to move properly with the servo. There's issues with that I had to figure out. I have not dived into it yet. But I can promise you, in future video, we are going to work on that and fix it. Same with this little issue. The ball likes to get stuck right there. Okay? So we have to figure out that little problem right there. But other than that, this pinball is in excellent condition. And it plays so nicely. I need to show you guys that. I really do. We're going to have multiple videos on this game, okay? This one is just the basics. Ooh, hear that sound. Yep, just like I said, it's all about the basics on this video. The next one, we will go into some of the major issues that we have with this game. And we will fix them together, okay? So, the first thing I want to do, just so you can get better views and so on, we're going to remove the glass on the game. And I'm going to show you how to do that before we go to the next step. So, obviously, very first step, we have to open the coin door. And you're going to hear it make a sound, and that's because this era of games has a kill switch, I guess you can basically say. So when you open the coin door, it kills power to the playfield, so you don't hurt yourself with high voltage coils. Alright, so here it comes. You hear that? It even says right there. Yep. Now, inside the coin door, you're going to find this little yellow lever right here. Now, I'm by myself, so it's going to be really hard to show you everything. But what you're going to do, you're going to pull this to the side. Like you see here, it's on a spring, so it's going to go back on its own. But when you pull this to the side, it's going to unlock the lock bar right here, okay? And then you need to pull the lock bar up. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull that lock bar off, and we'll take the glass off. The glass is basic, just like any other pinball. Slide it out very carefully, support it, so you don't crack or break it, alright? So, I won't show that part just because, one, I'm by myself, and two, it should be self-explanatory. Hold this bar, like I'm doing right now, and this lock bar is going to pull up just straight off the game. You just pull it straight up, and it'll come right off, okay? So let me do that real quick, and we'll continue on. Okay, so I got the lock bar off. Now I gotta just slide the glass out, and then take it out of the pinball machine. Okay? So I'll do that real quick. Be right back. Okay, so now we have the glass taken off and everything. So you can see everything in the playfield a lot better. It's awesome, right? Except for Frankenstein's monster's head. Because it should be I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It should be facing like that, but the servo motor is making it do that. So we'll probably have to replace the servo motor, may even do work on the servo motor control board, but we'll see when it comes to it. And of course, like I mentioned before, right here, the ball likes to get stuck right here. I mean, to the point where I took the tilt bob off, so you can shake the game to get the ball to come out. So we have to figure out that little bit of an issue. I'm thinking it has to do with this metal frame here, because it actually has a, as you can hear, a bit of a lip. So I think we need to somehow flatten this out so the ball can actually smoothly flow past this, okay? But that'll be in a future video. But ultimately, this pinball is in great shape. It really, really is. You have your two basic flippers at the bottom, like you can see. And then you have a third flipper right here, okay? We have a ramp that goes up, goes through here, down, over to the left flipper. And then we have a super vuck, or a vuck, vertical up kicker, that shoots the ball up into this metal ramp, comes down, just like so, over to the right flipper. We also have these parts in here that are also considered vucks, vertical up flippers, that come down in these scoops. So we have a scoop 1, or a left scoop, and then we have a right or scoop 2 right here. This is the sarcophagus one, and this one is the Geneva one. We have 4 pop bumpers, or super thumpers, whatever you want to call them. We have a spinner. We have, of course, Frankenstein's monster. His head moves throughout the game. His hands will actually hold on to the ball to hold on to different types of multi-balls, and he throws them onto the playfield. Pretty cool idea, right? Then we got this little orbital scoop right here. That's the ice cave. So you shoot the ball in there, holds it for a second, and shoots it back out into this lane, so you can go into the pop bumpers and such. And of course we have all the little paddle targets that spell Frankenstein, which can give you an extra bonus as well too. And we have an alive mode right here. Whenever this is lit, alive, there is a ball save feature right here. So when you come down, when this is lit, and you hit that switch, there is a coil that will shoot your ball right back into the playfield. And there's quite a few other features as well too. That's just some of the basics there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coin it up, and we're going to go ahead and show you all the little features, and we'll play a game. So I'll be right back, okay? Okay, now right before I coin it up, and we can actually play a little game, just going to give you the heads up, it's not going to be like a true gameplay. I'm going to be using my hands and such to kind of just show you some of the features that are available in the game. But before I do that, I want to show you that it doesn't have your typical plunger. It has one of these. And what that is when you coin the game up, you're going to get on this display right here a variance of different scores coming up and down with a lightning bolt going through. And the second you pull that switch, whatever points that lightning bolt lands on is your bonus points, okay? Before that, you're actually going to get the choice of choosing the soundtrack you want. You can have the original movie soundtrack, or you can have the Edgar Winters Frankenstein soundtrack. They're both amazing. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? So, it really doesn't matter on which one you want to go with. But what we do, because it's on free play, so we don't have to drop a coin in, we'll press our player 1 start right here, and you're going to see what happens with the display and everything else. Alright, now, pressing the left flipper will give you the film soundtrack, and pressing the right flipper will give you Edgar Winter's Frankenstein. We're going to go with Edgar Winter's. Now this is what I was talking about, right here. You see the lightning bolt going up to the different point values? The moment you flip the switch, that's your bonus points, okay? I got 20 million on it. Now, just so you know, there are a lot of different things you can do. For example, here's Geneva. Whenever this light right here is lit, you'll score a value towards Geneva. See how it has the G lit? And if it's not lit like so, and you drop it in there, you're just going to get a Geneva jackpot value, okay? Now we go to sarcophagus. It's the same thing. The light is not lit, so dropping it in, it won't do anything, except for give us extra points, alright? Now, if we go through and then hit each of these paddle targets, right? For Frankenstein, we spell Frankenstein out. There's one here, here, and then the last ones are right here. Now we lit that, we get the Frankenstein bonus. And the Frankenstein bonus just means that you get to, every time you hit a target, it'll be million points, multiple millions. And it's any of these targets. Alright? And that includes if you get into like certain targets, like the super buck right there. Or if you drop it right here in the Geneva. And there's a timer, of course, too. And that's the ice cave right there. And then, of course, there's our pop bumpers. Now, remember this alive thing I talked about before? So if the ball happens to drain down here, it's going to shoot out, just like that. Okay? We have our slingshots here. And you already saw the pop bumpers. Now we have different types of ramps. Okay, we can go up this plastic ramp, which is our creature feature ramp. Nope. Alright. Comes out the left-hand side. If you go up right here in the super buck, it'll shoot it up. And it gave us a live again, which is basically the whole having an extra ball for your next play, okay? Again, we have sarcophagus, and we have the ice cave, which is lit up right now. Now there is multi-ball. There is multi-ball in this game, and you gotta set that up. See, I lit the lock, and when I light the lock, I come up into here. You see where that's light up? And it's gonna go into Frankenstein's hand. See? And when you watch it, he's gonna throw that ball. See that? Now, you can actually, if you time it out right, and get back in there, it's gonna go right back into his other hand. Set the other ball up there. And you can get massive multi-ball. Look at that. 6-ball multi-ball. And when you're in multi-ball form, there are ramps lit up like this. And if you go up that ramp, you get the jackpot. Whoops. Let me try and do that again. Gosh darn it. There. So you get a jackpot for that. We're not going to do any more because you get the idea, because they have a jackpot here, and there's jackpots all over the place. And if you get them, you just get extra points. Okay, so we'll drain the ball. We got our bonuses from there. And we got our extra ball. Same thing happens with ball 2. You can do a skill shot to get extra points, okay? Now, we keep doing our different types of plays, like we have our Geneva. We have our ice cave. As you can see, it's spinning around. We'll get a random one. This is stoning. That means every target, no matter what, scores 500,000 points, okay? Drain that out. I know this is not the best video play, but honestly, I can't do much better because I'm just by myself. Again, you spell Geneva when you do that. When you throw that in there, you get just extra points towards Geneva, okay? And you just need to actually go, do the game. Now you see how these two have light lock 1, light lock 2? That's because I hit this switch here twice. And if I were to hit it again, it starts to flash. See that? We got all 3 going. Now our lock is lit. And if we lock that lit, it's the multi-ball feature, just like we did before. See? And he's going to throw it. See that? Pretty cool, huh? And most of these features have a timer. Yep, that was that for that one. So we just gotta keep playing it until we get everything spelt out. We just got one more letter to go when it comes to Geneva. We'll have the Geneva multi-ball. See, here it comes. Oh, I missed it. See if I can't relight it. Alright, there's another feature. Saving Justine. So we get that. In order to do that, we gotta get up this ramp perfectly right here without hitting the pop bumpers. It's very difficult to do. See, there's that stuck fall that I was talking about. I gotta work on that yet. Oh, I couldn't make it in time. Here's our last Geneva. Geneva multi-ball. So there's a lot of different ways to get multi-ball in this game. Not kidding ya. Same thing, every time you get multi-ball, you can get jackpots. Just like that. And that's that. Oh, I guess I'll put my initials in. You use your left flipper to choose your... You move the initials with the left flipper going left. The right flipper moves right. Press the start button to select it. So, that's how you do that. And the right flipper moves it this way.
All that I once loved lies in a shallow grave.
Now, that's the basics of the gameplay. I mean, I can go into a lot more detail, but there is so much involved with this game. And we have the North Pole, Light Extra Ball. We have Lynch Justine. We have the Creature feature. Stoning, Frankenstein Millions, Graveyard,
Sega.
Voltage Mode. You know, like, there's a lot to this game. There is so much. That is just the more basic information based on how to play the game. Okay, it's just comes down to that. Like, you gotta play it in order to really get the full feel for it. But that's some of the more basic ideas on how the game's played and how you can create the most points possible, okay? And as you can already tell, it's a Sega game. And it's an amazing game. We'll go more into the circuit boards later on because they aren't original in the one that I bought here. And I'll show you all about that in another video. Just like I'll show you in another video on how to program the game, and we'll have a whole video on just straight playing the game without the glass off, so it's legitimate, real gameplay, not me just throwing the ball and showing you guys some of the features in here. And then, of course, we'll go through and do any other little nitty-gritty piece that I didn't do before. You know, whether it has to do with wiring setups, or us fixing this ball getting stuck right here, or us fixing the creature's head, because again, it's supposed to be like that right now, but he keeps doing that. You saw in the gameplay video or the demo video, he likes to move around here and there and just give you the creepy eye, but he's not working properly yet. So we have to fix that. But other than that, there's not too much more I can really show you. So, thanks for watching, and I'm sorry for taking so long to come back. And I'm sorry that this video wasn't really, like, the best. I tried my best, I was by myself. But I just wanted to give you a general idea on how the game itself is played. And by the way, I didn't show it in the video before, but if you spell out sarcophagus in this area when this light is lit, and you spell the whole word out, then you start going after the... what is it? It's a body parts thing, so it's probably going to be something around... oh yeah, it's the graveyard. You activate the graveyard, and you got to locate and collect all the body parts, okay? Voltage mode. You need to increase the voltages for your bonus, and that's done with these thumper bumpers or pop bumpers, whatever you want to call them, okay? Frankenstein's Millions, that has to do with hitting any of these targets that are Frankenstein, or hitting our scoops like Sarcophagus and Geneva, and of course our Super Buck, and that will give you millions of points. Stoning, that's the one where all the targets are worth 500,000 points. That's all our paddle targets. And our thumper bumpers and everything else, you get 500,000 instead of the initial points that are given to them. Creatures feature, you want to hit this ramp right here, because this light here will light up. And when you do that, you're going to get extra bonus points. Lynching Justine, you want to come right here, because here's the Justine light. You're going to come all the way through here, and if it's proper, it will go all the way around down to the third flipper here. And that's how you get the Lynching Justine feature. North Pole, that's right here in the Super Buck. Going up into here when the North Pole is lit is going to give you that extra bonus, plus the solid light on North Pole. Lighting extra ball is just what it says. You get an extra ball. So when it said that moment, it's like, you know, extra ball or whatnot. That's what you got. This will light up. Voltage mode is the one I talked about before, where you have to hit the thumper bumpers. Then we have graveyard, where you're going for all the body parts. Alright? Other than that, there's not much more I can really tell you about, like, the gameplay. That's the most basic general form. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video, so we can do a little more detailed information about programming and playing the game in general. So, we'll see you all later. I hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you enjoyed, and take care, everybody.